So EA has started releasing footies level SBCs during Team of the Year, and it's had a massive impact on the market. But before we get underway with that, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading service over on Twitch/Discord. All you gotta do is subscribe over on Twitch. You can do this for free with Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5, or $6. And in there, you'll get yourself daily updated investments. An investment that did extremely well as of recently was yesterday when the SBC came out. You can see there, we recommended buying team weeks up to 17.5. In fact, people had about 20-25 minutes to go and buy team weeks up to 17.5. You can see right there, they're 16.5. But because I knew they do so well, I thought, you know what, you can overpay for them because, you know, you'll get great profit. And they've already gone from 17.5 up to 21.5 and favoured a rise through the week. So yeah, really nice, really simple investment that hopefully the Discord made really good coins on. So in today's video, we are going to be talking a little bit about, you know, stuff going up and stuff going down for the SBC. But one of the best things, hopefully, we'll be able to teach you guys today is the best cycle to complete these unlimited, or at least leaking as little coins as possible. Now, I am going to have a video over on my second channel about how you can go and use the likes of Pale Tools to go and build these a lot faster and do everything a lot more efficiently time-wise. But in today's video, I'm just going to walk you through the SBCs. But yeah, do make sure to check out the second channel, as I will have a Pale Tools tutorial for both. I'll do it for both web app, console, and iOS. So let's go and walk you guys through the cycle to use to be able to basically complete as many 20 times 82 pluses without seeking as little coins as possible. So the first thing you guys are going to do is you're going to go and do the bronze, silver and gold upgrade SBCs. Obviously you don't have to do these, but these are brilliant because all you have to do is put in one bronze to go and get yourself a bronze players pack, one silver to go and get a silver players pack, and then once you've got a start 11 for bronze and silvers, then you can do a gold upgrade. So again, one silver gives you 11 silvers, one bronze gives you 11 bronzes, and though you put those 11 bronzes and 11 silvers into this. You can do that 3 times every single day. Now once you've done that, you're now going to end up with 33 players plus just whatever's in the club. Here you can see again, you put in a bronze team and a silver team and you get a gold players pack. Now once you've got your gold players pack, this is now when you need to sort everything out. All your non-rares, especially non-rares 81 rated and below, are going to go into the Team of the Year crafting upgrade. This is because this gives you a 3 times 77 plus rares, and of course it gives you the chance of packing Team of the Years. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put your rares you get from this into the premium, either again you do whatever you want, but the premium Premier League and Premier League and WSL. So again, you've got rid of all your non-rares in that crafting upgrade. If you've already done the crafting upgrade, you can go and put them into the 75 player pick or the double 81. Once you've got rares, you're then going to go and do either the Premier League or the Liga upgrade. Just this is because 1, these are the leagues with the highest amount of fodder in them, and 2, these are the leagues with the most amount of Team of the Years in them. So then you're going to do this, and this is going to go and give you, I believe, 3 rares and a bunch of non-rares. Your non-rares, they're going to go back into the crafting upgrade. Your rares you get from this, now, your rares that are 82 rated and above, you're going to hold. Your rares that are 82 rated and below, you're going to go and put them back into that. So ideally what's now going to happen is you're going to start collecting a lot of rares that are 82 rated and above. Now what do you do when you got your 82 rated and above? Well, there's 1 or 2 things. 1, you don't have Team of the Weeks. 2, you have Team of the Weeks. If you don't have Team of the Weeks, you're then going to have to go and do the 83 Team of the Week player pick. And again, this is going to require an 83 rated team with 4 84s. But if you got the Team of the Weeks, well, you're straight into the upgrade SBCs. Now, if you haven't already done the 10 times 83s, obviously you can only do 3 of these a day. I'd recommend doing the 10 times 83s before you do the 20 times 84s. And ideally what will happen is you have one Team of the Week, and then you should have, you know, a mixture of kind of 82s to 86s, and you're going to do the 10 times 83. Now the 10 times 83 should give back a Team of the Week, and it should give back high rated fodder, which is why we like doing these before we do the 20 times 84s. Now obviously after doing these 3 times, you've then, you know, you've completed that. So now what we want to do is we now want to go and do the 20 times 84s. Now there is a chance this is where you're going to go and start your cycle, because maybe you've already done everything else. So what do you want for your 20 times 84s? Now the first squad is where you're going to dump a lot of your low rated fodder. You're going to ideally dump well, it doesn't really matter for the team, but you're going to dump a Team of the Week and then the lowest rated fodder you have. As you can see right here, to get an 83 rated squad, you know, you can basically have a squad of 82s. Now if you're cycling this over and over again, obviously you're not going to have anything below an 82 because it's a 20 times 82. You should be able to complete this SBC very easily, presuming you have the Team of the Week. Now because it is a 20 times 82, but there's 2 squads, obviously every single time you're going to have to buy 2 players unless you already have them in the club. Now you can see that the second squad is a little bit higher rated. It requires a few more 84s, maybe an 85. But ideally, as long as you have one 86 or above, obviously make sure to put them in this squad over, you basically would want to put multiple 85s in this squad and then one 86 in this squad rather than putting your 86 in this squad and then having to go and buy an 86. So again, ideally, you would have packed your team of the week in the 20 times 82 plus you did previously. You put that there, and then ideally you would have packed an 86 plus and you put them here. Now there is actually nothing to go and put anything higher than an 86 plus into regarding repeatable upgrades. So what I'd say is if you pack an 87 or you pack an 88 and you don't really care about doing icon SBCs or player SBCs, put that really high rated player in this squad and that will help carry the rest of the squad. You can again fill up with maybe your dupe 82s, your 83s, without having to worry about 85s and 84s. So if you're not interested in player SBCs, keeping the high rated fodder, because there's no exchanges, is actually just a lot better to go and throw into this. Now again, you will slowly seep coins out of these because they're not giving back as many players as you get. But what I would say the nice thing is there are actually 2 tradable packs. So any coins you seep having to buy players, you'll potentially make back in the tradable packs you do opening these. Now of course, if you don't go and get yourself a team of the week in the upgrade SBC, that's when you want to go and do yourself a team of the week. And again, if you don't have the fodder, well then you kind of want to go back to the beginning. Which is where you ideally put your non-rares into your into the exchange SBC and so on and so on. Again, you will find yourself having to buy a few players, especially if you're running out of team of the weeks or running out of 86s, because it's not fully an unlimited grind. But if you've got a few 100k, you should be able to repeat these left, right, and centre. I think one of the main things that a lot of people miss on this grind is 87s and 88s being thrown into this so that you don't have to go and buy high rated down the line if you really don't want to do a player SBC. Obviously, if you want to do a player SBC, it's not optimal putting your 87s and 88s in, but some people just want to grind these unlimited, and that's where you want to put your high rateds into these. And likewise, obviously, 84s are very useful for that. And that's basically all you got to do over and over and over again. Non-rares into upgrades, rares into the Prem, keep everything 82 above, and then you go and throw them into these over and over. So that is how to do the upgrade cycle. Now let's talk a little bit about the market implications we've seen. First off, let's talk about fodder. Now I did say, people, you might have to go and buy a player here and there, and we've kind of seen that happen with fodder. Now, not necessarily with 83s, but we saw them go from 900 spammed on the market up to 1.1. 84s, we saw this happen a bit more so, potentially because you need 4 84s for the team week upgrade, or the 84s can maybe carry the 82s you get. We've seen them go from 1.7 up to 2.2, and I expect them to rise going into about 5 PM on Friday. 85s we didn't see much of a rise on. We saw them being about 3.4k pre, and they're 3.5k now. They're being used slightly to go and carry the rating on both the upgrade SBCs. 86s, obviously you need a minimum 186 to go and do the upgrade SBC, and as a result we went and saw them rise from 5.5 to 6k. I'm quite surprised with how underwhelming this rise has been, but I do think again they'll continue rising through to the end of the week. Something that's quite interesting is that your super high rated fodder is down. Now I don't necessarily think that this is down because of people selling it to do the upgrade SBCs. I'd say it's probably down because actually in these upgrade SBCs, like I said earlier, there are actually 2 tradable packs. And that's why I think a lot of the market is down rather than people selling stuff to go and do the upgrades. Well, we actually went and saw the likes of 90s drop from 44 and they are down to 36k today. 91s, we likewise saw them go down from 17 to 62k. Yeah, it's a bit rough for these guys because I don't think there's anything too high rated to make them go and rise again. So there's a few sell points on them. I'd either go and sell before 6 PM today's content because I think they might drop going into the anticipation of Div Rivals dropping them. Or what you do is you gamble that people are waiting until Div Rivals to go and do the big SBCs, and therefore maybe they'll rise after Div Rivals. That's kind of what we saw last week. If we move on to the Wednesday, where they kind of picked up, what was it? Yeah, I mean they went down a little bit last week. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I can't find that on his graph. See if I can find this on the De Bruyne graph. There we go. I think we can find it here. Here we go. So on Wednesday, 37k. They kind of got panic sold going into Div Rivals, but they obviously ended up later in the week. I mean, if we look at the Friday, at higher prices than they were before the Div Rivals. So I think we might go and see that trend, which is why I think there's actually a bit of incentive in selling a high-rated fodder. Now, obviously, a lot of these high-rated fodders are actually out of packs, but I still think if the ones that are in packs drop, I still think we can see a bit of panic selling. Obviously, I don't think there's any 91s in. Yeah, I mean, there's no 91s in packs, but obviously they dropped yesterday because the rest of the fodder dropped, and when other fodder drops, then the 91s become less value for money. So, yeah, I still think they can drop even with them not in packs. What we did go and see a nice rise on, like I showed you at the beginning of the video, was Team of the Weeks. Again, they went from 16k and they're up to 22k. So really, really nice rise. And I think these will continue rising till Friday 5 p.m. What I think these will rise quite nicely going into Friday 5 p.m. I think you'll see a lot of people panic doing these SBCs before Team of the Year ends, which is why I think we can see a really nice rise towards the latter end. Now, something that did go and take a hit was promo cards. Because obviously a lot of these promo cards are not in packs, but what is happening is people are like, well, you know, I could keep Jonathan Tah for 110k, or I could do 10, 20 times 82s. So you can see that, like, especially on the lower budget, there's a lot more incentive to go and sell them to do the SBCs. Whereas I think on the higher end, I don't think we've really seen as much of a drop on the higher end, apart from the stuff that's in packs. And I think the reason for that is, again, there are tradable packs. I mean, if we go to the SBC right now, we can see that there is a double player pack and then there's a 7.5. Now, don't get me wrong, these aren't killer packs, but there's going to be so many of these open, and eventually people are going to be packing Team Year icons. That combined with people just, you know, these are being actively, these are quite actively bought cards, meaning they're going to be quite actively sold when there's more interesting things. We saw like Mianganon go from 32 down to 24, which would surprise me if it's too far off fodder. No, I mean Gwyn's gone down there to fodder, 21k with the rest of them being 20k. We saw cards like Miyama go from 400k down there to 430, and well, she's continued dropping down there to 360 today. Now, this is really annoying because it makes the trends on calling when Team of the Years, Team of the Year icons and honorable mentions, when they're going to be the cheapest, even harder, because they're literally dropping by the hour at the moment, and that's potentially just due to so many of these tradable packs are being opened. So does it mean that Wednesday evening / Div Rivals is going to be our lowest, or are we just going to see so many people doing these SBCs between now and Friday that they continue dropping till Friday? And then the problem with that is, well, when they go out of packs on Friday, have they just been so heavily supplied this year that they can't even rise out of packs, like what we saw happen in FIFA 22? So what it makes is it makes already really, really awkward trends we've seen with Team of the Years even more awkward. Because I'm sure 2 years ago or 3 years ago, when they were dropping a week, you probably then didn't have to worry about the 20 times 82. So again, this has just been an absolute nightmare of a week calling trends because there's just so much happening. And there's nothing for us to go off of. It's all kind of, it's a bit of a punt really, rather than going off of the normal weekly trends of, you know, like promo cards, they drop to the Monday, rise to the Wednesday, promo cards, they drop to the Thursday, rise out of pack. So yeah, it's not been a fun week calling trends with a very, you know, with so many variables being different to previous years. We saw Verts again, 480 down there to 380. We saw the likes of Nico Williams go from 210 down there to 160. Again, stuff that was out of packs. We saw Reindeer go from 63 down there to 53. And yeah, I say it's just been an absolute mental day. A lot of cards are down. Do I think they'll rise? I think the out of packs have a much higher chance of rising Thursday through to Saturday midday. The in packs, I think again, you got Wednesday evening or Thursday morning being the cheapest, but it really does throw yet another spanner into the works of when on earth these team years are going to be the cheapest and if they're going to rise out of packs. There's definitely less reason for them to rise out of packs now there's been way more supply. So yeah, out of packs looking like these safer but maybe less profitable, whereas team years maybe being a lot higher risk but potentially being a lot higher reward. Other SBCs we've got less day but are nowhere near as interesting, we barely care. We've got an 87 plus player pick. No one cares. It's like an SBC we've had for ages, and no one's going to be putting their dupe fodder into that when we got team of years. When we got icon SBCs and loads of team of years. An SBC which I was quite surprised was quite well demanded was the DeMarco, mainly because this wasn't really that significant of an upgrade on his base card. But obviously he got that Playstyle Plus, but yeah, really, really well upvoted. The thing is, his link investments didn't really show that. We look at Bastoni before the SBC 55, now 50. We look at Martinez before the SBC 92, now currently 81. We look at someone even expensive like Dumfries, 450, you know, he's down to 420. So, I mean, even Thuram, there you go. Thuram, if we can go and grab him right here, hourly yesterday, he went from 310, I mean, he's still about 310, but he's probably definitely on the lower side rather than the higher side. So even something quite well demanded like DeMarco, maybe all of his links have been countered by the lack of demand and holding promo cards with the upgrade SBCs. So there was that. And to an even less demand for promo cards, we then went and got ourselves an Evo. Now this Evo is weird because they dropped about 10-15 minutes after 6 PM content, meaning when we looked for Evos at 6 PM, there was nothing to be seen. But yeah, eventually they dropped something. We got these Evos with CDMs, but they just had position plus pluses, which for the whole no one really cares about. But yeah, the Evo they dropped about 15 minutes after content was this one, Sharpshooter. What this gave is it gave a plus 15 shooting up to 88, a plus 10 physical up to 85, and it gave finesse shot as a playstyle plus. But only if they didn't already have a Playstyle Plus because it doesn't allow them to get 2. It's a bit of a weird one. It's mainly there for your pacey players who don't have the shooting. So that's why we're seeing like Adeyemi being quite well demanded, because again, it's really for the it's really for these sort of players that just don't have the shooting, as I said. Who are the most popular? Well, we've got this Adeyemi right here, because he's got the pace, he's got the dribbling, he just doesn't have the physical or shooting. Well, that takes him from 80 shooting up there to 88 shooting. What did he go and do for his card? It's interesting, because again, there wasn't really initially hype around the card, maybe because again, it didn't come out at the normal sort of time. But he's had really crazy trends today, where he was 220 just this morning, then went up there to 300, then went down there to 230. Now he's up at 360. So, yeah, really crazy trends of people kind of realising post it coming out. Doku, again, ends up, at the moment, a lot of these guys you can put through start your engine and then you can put through shooter, which gives them, I believe, higher passing. So, yeah, it gives a Doku, I mean, he's only got a 3-star weak foot still, and he doesn't receive the finesse playstyle plus, meaning he doesn't actually have any shooting playstyles. But, yeah, nonetheless, does end up with a nice Doku. Did that really do much for Doku yesterday? Well, obviously, Doku is currently in supply, and there's a lot of packs being opened. He went from 19 to 24, back down there to 21, and today back at 24. But I don't think he's going to really skyrocket through the week. Someone out of packs, though, like Rafinha, gives Rafinha from 82 shooting up to 88. Also gives him no playstyle plus to a finesse playstyle plus. We saw him go from 94 up there to 136, but there wasn't really any investing opportunity. I mean, maybe 122 if you want to gamble on him rising through the week. Rafa Leao, is this the reason why Leao rose all last week? Well, we can see he went from 46, went up there to 60, back down there to 51, but hasn't really had a second rebound. So we didn't really see the classic rising at 6, 7 p.m, then dropping at about 8 to 10 p.m, then rising after that. It's, yeah, they've just been a bit rubbish, really. We then got Theo Hernandez. Bit of a weird one on Theo Hernandez because it gives him just a pace boost. I mean, I can't imagine he had much of a rise, but again, yeah, another Evo. Interesting enough, actually, it's more the pack supply from the tradable packs and the 20x82 dropped him, rather than, obviously, people caring about him having plus whatever shooting. Interesting card, Alawari. Like I said, this was more for the players who are very fast with no shooting. Gives them an 85 physical, a 88 shooting, and 99 pace. Very, very nice. Sadly, doesn't go and give him finesse shots. It means he does have no shooting playstyles, which is definitely an error or a problem. Went from 134, got up there to 144, and it's kind of held since. So, yeah, I guess more to decrease the demand for some promo cards. Some other leaks. Neymar, I mean, Neymar's not coming out as a hero and icon anytime soon. Players who go to leagues that aren't in FIFA. So again, if you don't know, Neymar's gone to the Brazilian league because he probably found the Saudi league way too challenging. So he's back off to Santos, his boyhood club, if I'm not wrong. I don't know if he played for anyone prior to that. But yeah, he's not going to become a hero and icon because he actually needs to retire for that to occur. So I don't expect that anytime soon. Also, regarding taking him out of packs, they could honestly, it could be about a month till they take him out of packs, so I don't think there's any play there. Mbappe is leaked to be POTM. He'll get a POTM on Friday, 5 p.m. I do expect to see a rise on his gold card when that does happen, because his POTM is likely to be about a third more expensive than this, so about 3 million. So I can expect to see the gold card rebounding when it comes out significantly more expensive. Yet these cards I'm not too sure what they'll do because it depends on the pricing. I don't think they'll be too positive, nor do I think they'll kind of crash. It's, yeah, there's not really too much going to occur with that, and it'll be down to the pricing. If they underprice, they go down. If they overprice, it goes up. And then the new promo up and coming is Future Stars. So that's going to start this Friday, 6 p.m. We're going to have flashback icons on there. And we are going to have, obviously, Future Stars as normal. Now, the interesting thing is that the leaked players only have 2 playstyle pluses. So this could be good for Team of the Years out of packs, because Team of the Years obviously have 3 playstyle pluses. So if we're, unlike last year we had 2 playstyle pluses in Team of the Year, and then the promo after that had 2 playstyle pluses. Therefore, not really making Team of the Years look to be that special. Whereas if we're going straight from 3 playstyle pluses back down to 2 playstyle pluses, that definitely can work in favour of the Team Years rising out of packs. The only worry is the significant supply. But there's Xavi Alonso with an official card. No one else, I think, has an official card, if I'm not wrong. I think these are these predicted? Yeah, I do believe these are predicted. Oh no. Okay, so he says that defending, physical, and something else are the official stats, the rest are not, which basically means that he'll be on the loading screen, because on the loading screen they show 3 stats, which is why he can say that there's going to be 3 official stats. For those people who are always interested in how leaks occur, it's basically the graphics team. The graphics team make the loading screen, they have 3 official stats, they then give this graphics to this guy before it officially comes out. So just for those that are interested. Cruyff, again, I don't think these are official stats on Cruyff, but again, it'd be interesting if they're again only given 2 play slot pluses, therefore adding more value to Team of the Years. And Yamal is also leaked to come as a future star. That isn't his official card, that's obviously the card we got earlier in the year. That is going to go and wrap that up. Now, I should be live from about 4 PM today because I do want to do a bit of this 20x82 grind. Likewise, if you guys want to check out the second channel, I will have a Pale Tools video about how to do the grind a lot more efficiently by using extensions such as Pale Tools, which you don't get banned for. But that's going to go and wrap that up. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.